CARICOM leaders met on Monday to discuss violence as a public health issue. The two-day Regional Crime Symposium is being hosted by the government of Trinidad and Tobago at the Hyatt Regency Hotel in Port of Spain. Terry and Browne-Campbell has more in this report.
Crime and the consequences of crime are devastating the region. This from Chairman of CARICOM and Prime Minister of the Bahamas, PHILLIP Davis. Prime Minister Davis noted more than a dozen murders are being committed in the region daily.
On a typical day, some estimates suggest that an average of 13 young adults between the ages of 16 to 30 lose their lives to violent crime in our region.
Meanwhile, Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley, CARICOM's head with responsibility for energy and security, highlighted the consequences of crime on our societies.
Violence in the Caribbean is a public health emergency which threatens our lives, our economies, our national security, and by extension, every aspect of our well-being.
Dr. Rowley indicated the local murder rate climbed to above 600 in 2022, a new record for this country.
In Trinidad and Tobago, in the years 2011 to 2022, we have lost and have had to grieve for 5,439 lives lost to violent murder, largely through the use of imported firearms and ammunition.
The two-day Regional Symposium on Violence as a Public Health Issue, the Crime Challenge, began at the Hyatt Regency on Monday. Terry and Browne-Campbell, TTT News.
The Prime Minister of Barbados, MOTTLEY, says regional heads of government need to cooperate to address the scourge of crime in the Caribbean. Terry and Browne-Campbell is here with the story.
Noting that since the Treaty of Chaguaramas was signed decades ago, security is the only pillar that has been added to the regional treaty in the last 20 years, Prime Minister of Barbados, MOTTLEY, said there are several areas for cooperation.
Why are we all putting money separately and individually in forensic labs? 2, why are we not doing and pooling training? Because most police services in this region do not have enough forensic people. The judges, we need to start rotating the use of judges and magistrates in the region to ensure that there is not the familiarity with counsel and other circumstances and the things that people take for granted.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dr. Gonzales, said there's a small minority of society which has chosen a life of crime.
Those who are in the Boy Scouts, the Cadet Corps, play steel band, play football, play cricket, get involved in community activities, go to church, all of these various things. You hardly see any of them in front of the magistrate or the judge.
The regional heads of state made their comments as they participated in a panel discussion on regional crime. Terry and Browne-Campbell, TTT News.